What's going on, you guys? This is Matthew Crasso here, and I'm here with my awesome, what you could pretty much call my boyfriend. His name is Adam.
Hi.
He was in my previous vlog. My special guest has arrived, and I just want to make this video today to make sure you guys get to know him a lot better. And you're here again. This is your second day here.
Yes, my second day.
And how does it feel?
It feels so surreal. I mean, like, we talked all the time on Facebook Messenger or just texted. Well, it's not like a lot of texting just because of long distance, but yeah, it just feels like a full circle moment.
Yeah. Like, first of all, we'll talk a little bit of like how we've like first met, because you met me around early March. It was like
Early March, yes.
Yeah, and do you want to just explain how that
happened? So I'm notorious for adding random people on Facebook that I really don't know. Let's say if someone messages me and they're like, do I know you? I usually will just come up with some kind of excuse as to why I added them. Like, say, like, oh, like, I might have added the wrong person, and I'm like, sorry. And they're like, oh, don't be sorry. And then we engage in conversation. I actually saw Matt one day on Facebook, and I decided to add him. He told me that he thought that I knew him from his autism awareness projects and the public speakings that he's done. But I didn't know any of that until, like, I got to talk to him more, and I think he thought I only liked him because he was a famous person. Like, seriously.
Yeah, but I do feel famous.
You are famous, babe. Yeah, so we started talking, and we started, like, video chatting a lot. He had a boyfriend at the time. They're no longer together, obviously, but I remember when he told me he had a boyfriend, I was actually really jealous. I was like, oh, okay, and how's Jake doing? Like, obviously I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say in, like, that condescending of a way, but it'd be kind of the point where I'm like, okay, how's he doing? But I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't tell him that I was a little annoyed about that, because that's not fair, because I'm not usually the jealous type. But I know for a fact that I did like him from the beginning, especially when he told me that he was gay, because there are times when I fall in for guys and they're either straight or they're gay but they don't like me. So I don't know, it felt pretty good, like, when I found that out, because I knew, okay, like, that way I'm not gonna make any errors. He and his boyfriend, they didn't really see each other a lot, because he was, like, either working or he was at VIU.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, on April Fool's Day of this year, of all days, he messaged me, and he's like, can I ask you something? And I'm like, sure, what's up? And he said, do you want to be officially my boyfriend? And my heart, like, literally started beating, like, really fast, like, out of my chest, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, I was happy, but at the same time, I was like, oh, did he break up with his boyfriend? Which is weird, because I was really weird, because, like, I was so, like, it's weird, I felt bad. I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, he was really worried that his boyfriend was going to, like, come over here and be really worried about, like, you said that he was going to, like, come over here and maybe trash the place.
Well, not just that, but kill me. That's what I thought, because I broke up with him over texting, which apparently is the bad way to do it.
Yeah, kind of, but the way I see it, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody does make mistakes.
It's about owning up to them and not doing them again.
I know, that was hard, but it was very hard. It was so hard for me to just go through that. Luckily, that's gone away now. Now that I met you and now you're over, it makes me happy. And by the way, you live in Duncan.
Yes, I live in Duncan.
Yeah, and I briefly met with your mom.
Well, you didn't meet her. You talked with her on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. But for now, yes.
Yeah.
With my ex-boyfriend, he basically never had me meet his parents.
No.
But I did sleep over at his place one night just for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And his parents weren't at home at all because they were out of town. That's why he invited me over to sleep over. It was just because their parents were away.
Yeah.
Just so it would be private. Mm-hmm. That's basically what it was. But also, he doesn't have the similar interests as me. He doesn't have that autism. He doesn't have, like, all he would eat for food usually is Subway. Where if my boyfriend here, Adam, he'll go, he likes almost everything I like. Chicken.
Yeah, you call chicken fingers chicken fuckers.
Yes, so that is true.
It's
Yeah.
cute. I started calling it that as well.
Really?
Yeah, like I the other day, my mom was like, "Excuse me," and I'm like, "Oh, we're worst places."
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
You never told me that.
That's because it didn't happen. I'm kidding.
Stop it.
I know I'm weird.
Yeah, but
I will do that next time I see her, and that's on the menu, which is weird because my mom doesn't usually do that kind of dinner. She always makes things. She makes really good spaghetti. She makes good with lasagna. Basically, my mom has Italian in her, so
Mhm.
it's kind of in her blood, I guess.
yeah. And also you're planning on moving here to Nanaimo, right?
Yeah, like currently I live in a group home, and I'm almost 19, so I'll be leaving pretty damn soon. I haven't really been told about what places I might like potential candidates for residency. That sounds so fancy when I say that.
Yep.
I hope that they will find me a place. My group home boss, she's like literally one of the best people. She's literally like, they have to find you a place. It'd be actually she told me it was actually illegal if they couldn't find me a place to live.
Really? Illegal?
Well, I wouldn't say illegal, but it's more like it'd be kind of frowned upon, I guess. Like they would actually maybe get in trouble if they couldn't find me a place to live, because that's what their job is. They find housing for people like me or like you or anybody.
Really, yeah. But you like before I moved here, it was literally 2 months before I found a place,
Yeah.
and then another 2 years for me to find someone who I truly love. And you have autism as well,
Yes, I do.
and I never thought that Adam here was the exact same way as me. He was diagnosed with autism for the exact same reasons, seeing things different than other people.
Yeah. Like my kindergarten teacher, Ms. Boma, she actually told my parents like, "Oh, Adam doesn't really communicate. Really, he doesn't talk to a lot of the younger other kids. He likes to spend time by himself. He reads." Obviously, some people would think, "Oh, that's nothing," but my teacher had a gut feeling, and she told my parents. And at first, my parents didn't want to believe that, and then later on, they came to their senses. And when I mean they, I mean my mom. My dad didn't really care. And so they took me to the psychiatrist, and they told my parents that I had high function autism. The form that I have, I think it's called pervasive development disorder, which is also known as PDD-NOS. The NOS stands for not otherwise specified. That's basically the form of autism that I have. For a lot of years, I had a hard time dealing with my behavior. Like, my behavior was so out of control. And that's kind of why I was put in group homes at a very young age. I was about maybe 13 or 14. I didn't really have a good relationship with my family because I never really would treat them right. And I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm trying to better myself because I know that I know that I can be the best person I can be. I mean, I'm not going to try to be anybody else. I'm going to be my own self. I mean, there's only one Adam Hill. Well, I think there's a couple more somewhere in the world, but in Nanaimo and Duncan, though, there's only one. So my advice to myself is just focus on yourself and make it your number one priority.
Yeah. And of course, this month, is Autism Awareness Month.
Yes, I do.
And you learn to wear blue, attaboy.
You hate my Vegas shirt, though.
Not just because it's not a Canadian type of shirt.
So my mom goes to Vegas a lot. What's the big deal?
But at least you're wearing blue. And how do you really support Autism Awareness?
When I was younger, I tried to pretend that I didn't have autism because I always felt like I was treated differently, and I didn't like being treated differently. At the time, I liked to be, the same run-of-the-mill kids. I used to go to this program at this building called Clement Center. There, I was so awful to the people there. Like, there are people who have maybe more severe autism, or like either any kind of disability, and I may have made fun of them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not proud of that, and I regret it every day. Sorry. I shouldn't be upset because I was the one that. Sorry, but I learned early. I learned later on in life that, like, we're all the same. Like, well, not all the same, but like like we're all human. We all have our own struggles. We all are born differently, and I've learned to respect people more, like who aren't on the same level as me, which I was very like self-centered about that. I didn't like associating with anybody who was like maybe not the same level as I was, but I actually have a lot of friends who have disabilities. One of my best friends, her little brother has Down syndrome, and I actually got to meet him, and he's actually a really nice guy.
Really?
Yeah. This is like one of my girlfriends. One of my girlfriends, I mean, like she worked, she worked at the duplex, or not the duplex for a little bit, but then she got transferred to another group home. But she's like kind of a worker there. She was kind of like one of those like, hey bitch, hey kind of girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was nice. I mean, like that's how I know both of them from, you know.
Wow, that's interesting. But you did change your behavior, and
Yes,
you improved.
Yeah.
Well, I can see that in you. You have improved in your life.
Thanks.
And even before we met, it looked like something improved from you, I think.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that really got me, that I always cry from, but it's something that's so true that I just won't really want to finish. I'm going to try not to cry.
It's okay if you do that, babe.
My heart will always go on because I love you so much. By Celine Dion.
Love you so much.
Love you too. That one thing, even when my heart just beats all the time, I've never met anybody else like you.
Neither have I.
Really?
Most guys I've met are fake, or they just want the one thing from me.
Yeah, but that's something I don't need to know.
I know that. That's just my truth.
And another thing is, without you, I don't know where I would be. I love you.
Love you too.
I'm glad you came to visit.
Same.
But it's gonna be better once you move here for real.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. But yeah, pretty soon he'll be moving here to Nanaimo, and it'll be much better. Like we still message every day.
Yeah.
And we FaceTime,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. But we didn't today or yesterday because you were here.
Yeah. I woke up. I'm not a morning person, but I woke up. I set alarm on my Google Home, and I was like, okay, wake up at 6 o'clock, and I maybe slept through that alarm. At first, he was like, you what? And I'm like, only by 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up because I have music on. I just, my bedroom just gets so quiet in the night, so I had music on, and I woke up to a Prince song, and I was like, this early.
Really?
Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I got up, showered, the whole 9 yards. Basically, I was ready before my staff member was ready.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was really tired this morning.
Yeah. And I forgot one more question.
Yeah.
I know you've always wanted to see my presentation in real life,
Mhm.
but for all the people who are watching, I don't know how it would feel if I was ever to think about maybe having you maybe being involved in my Autistic Life presentation.
I'd be honored.
Would you?
Always.
But that's something I'm still going to think about.
Yeah.
But
The ball's in your court.
yeah, but I think there might be something that could work. And I've always wanted to upgrade a little bit. But of course, at least see one in real life first. That would be the only thing I would say 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But at least eventually in the future,
Yeah.
if this still continues, which I'm sure it will, because you really mean a lot, especially because you have autism, and you fall through Autism Awareness Month and everything like that. I would be so honored. I'd be so honored. You're always more than welcome.
I love you so much.
I love you too. even if it was not a presentation, if it was like a stand-up comedy or something, or
Oh,
a
yeah,
performance,
I'd be front row.
yeah, you would totally, you're always welcome. Because you're my baby. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching, and I hope to share with you guys a lot more of my awesome boyfriend soon. And by the way, check out his YouTube channel. I will have a link in the description to his YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe to myself and Adam. And yeah, stay tuned for some more awesome stuff.
Awesome.